Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Uh, Again, as always, it's fun seeing you online. I'm really proud of you. Like more than 50% of you usually come online to watch, to participate. And the rest of you can always watch the classes online. So there's no problem if you don't watch a class online. But the problem if you don't watch any of the classes live with us. And I know many of you have disappeared, and I don't know what to say about them, but they're not doing well. I'll consider this part of the participation. The problem is that some of the students who miss the online classes or are also not active on the Facebook group. They're doing nothing. We promise that to help you pass, learn as much information as possible, get as much knowledge as possible, and also to make you pass this course. But like I said, sadly, some students insist on not passing the course. Why? I don't know. Maybe they have extra cash they want to spend on this course by doing it again next year, which honestly makes me sad because I want you all to pass and then finish your BA. Anyway, today we have the last scene of Othello. The scene is loaded with events. The scene, it's basically Othello killing Desdemona, but many things happen. The details, the language, like the whole play, by the way, the whole play can be summarized in this scene. Everything that happened is wrapped up in a genius. This never happened like this by Shakespeare, in my opinion, where if you delete everything else, all the previous acts, this scene remains as the epitome of the whole play. It includes everything, the characters, the necessary events, the themes, the things related to culture and racism and post-colonialism. Almost every theme we discussed earlier, women, the status of women and feminism and anti-feminism in Shakespeare and language, almost everything is present here. And it's done in a really intelligent way, the Shakespearean way. You don't have to say intelligent, because Shakespeare is intelligent. Even look at the summary here in your book. There's a lot of stuff here, because again, the scene contains everything. Because it's a long scene, I can't cover everything about it. So we're going to have about half of it today, and the remaining half we'll do it on Saturday. Now, the other thing about this scene is that it's really heartbreaking. And it basically, I said this before, Othello kind of offers its own answers. Unlike Hamlet that leaves so many gaps for you to think. In Hamlet, you read the text, you watch the text, and there are so many questions that you try to answer. In Othello, the questions raised answer themselves in the quiz. In the scene, in the play itself. So why is he doing this? Later on, he is going to justify. In Hamlet, many things were left unjustified, unanswered, blank. But here, we have almost everything there. So today, I'll try to read, and I'll ask you to read some of the extracts here and do some commentary. And it starts with a soliloquy by Othello. Othello, خلاص, has decided to kill Desdemona. And imagine somebody defying the whole country, defying Venice, defying almost everybody in order to marry this young woman, and this young woman marrying this stranger, black man, defying everybody. And now it comes to this, the man killing the woman, the stranger, the black African Moor, the barbaric, the thick clips man, the man with thick lips. But Othello doesn't lose his eloquence, his poetic language, poetic style, which basically could make you even angrier and angrier. Now, Ophelia is asleep, and Othello carrying a light, bringing the light himself, very telling, symbolic. And look at again the language, the simplicity of the language, and look at how, yani, really, I don't know what other words I should be using, like disheartening and heartbreaking. A man who loves his wife, uh, a man who adores his wife, but doesn't trust her, not because of something she did, but because something is wrong with him. And we tried to see how this something, the something that is wrong with him is basically due to, according to the things in the play, to his origin being African. So his over jealousy, the green-eyed monster, his belief in superstition are attributed, are reasons why he's doing this. So it is the cause, my soul. What causes this? The cause of killing his wife. Let me not name it to you. You chase stars. Look at the personification of his soul. He lost everybody. He lost even his mind. He's personifying the soul, personifying the stars, describing the stars as chaste because he's accusing his wife of not being chaste anymore. This is called an apostrophe. When you talk to people who are dead or things or rose, I'll not name it, the murder. It is the cause, yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow. Look at the beautiful language. I will not scar this whiter skin of hers than snow. She's a beautiful woman. Look at the whiteness, always contrasted with the blackness of Othello's face and even his heart. And again, you killing her, yani, if you kill somebody, whether he kills her with a silk handkerchief or with a bullet to the head, it's still death. So he's kind of bragging, I'll kill her, but I'm not going to shed her blood. I'm not going to scar to break her white skin, her skin which is whiter than snow itself, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Smooth. Yet she must die, else she'll betray more men. And look at this, is infuriating to me. He's not, he's in a way, remember, he was like defending his honor, his reputation. I am Othello, the man. How can a woman betray me? I am the leader, the commander of the army. And now he appoints himself as the defender of all men. I am not only, okay, because simply the other option is that, okay, Othello, you just leave her, divorce her, abandon her, send her back to her family. Again, he answers this argument. He says, she must die, else she'll betray more men. If I leave her be, if I don't kill her, just divorce her, she will betray more men, and he's not going to allow that to happen. And put out the light, and then put out the light. Clearly, he's talking to himself. I'm not sure what happens exactly. I forgot what happened last time I watched the whole play, because he gets into the bedroom with a light. Does he physically, literally put out the light he was carrying? I think it should happen that way. But look at again how darkness must be there in order to commit this hideous crime, this horrible, horrible crime. We have this always in Hamlet, in Macbeth, where light is a symbol of peace and purity and life, and darkness is a symbol of death and murder. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light restore. Should I repent me? But once put out thy light, thou cunning pattern of excelling nature. I know not where is that Promethean heat. Can thy light relume when I have plucked the rose. I can't give it vital growth again. I can't let it be. I can't let it grow. It must wither. I'll smell thee on the tree. And what wither? Look at this wither. It's a really good word to know. Wither means يذبل. When trees and flowers, it must die. And he kisses her. It's like the farewell kiss. But again, some people who like to analyze this text, try to trace where he hesitates here. So when he kisses her, he kind of, I don't know whether he hesitates or not, because he keeps doing it again. Oh, balmy breath, that dost thou persuade justice to break her sword? One more kiss. But thus, when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more, and this last. So sweet was ne'er so fatal. I must weep, and I know whether he cries on the stage or not, but they are cruel tears. This sorrow's heavenly. It strikes where it doth love. Oh, she wakes, and then Othello sees Desdemona stirring, moving. Not sure whether you will read any speech this sad, this heartbreaking. Somebody kills somebody because he loves her very much, because he thinks. And like I said, remember the scene where he confronts Emilia and Desdemona about Desdemona betraying him. He didn't believe her. We usually forget that this scene exists. And even here, many people forget that this interchange, despite the fact that it's important. Because we keep saying, okay, Othello, talk to your wife. Come on. Stop listening to Iago. Talk to her, your wife. Listen to her. She's the one you should be trusting. And again, she wakes up, and it makes the situation gets even worse. It shows how even more cruel, more barbaric, I would say, Othello is. If he really loves her, even a tiny bit, he wouldn't be doing this to her. And he kills her in the most horrible way. He could have just stabbed her while she died, but he chooses a very slow, miserable kind of death. Now she wakes up, and he tells her, look at this, interesting, a sign of love. If you bethink yourself of any crime, unreconciled as yet to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight. If you think you have committed a crime that you didn't repent from, now is the time to pray. Alack, my Lord, what may you mean by that? I don't know. Well, do it and be brief. I will walk by. I wouldn't kill thy unprepared spirit. This keeps getting repeated in Shakespeare. We saw this in Hamlet. Unprepared spirit. Remember when Hamlet refused to kill the king because the king's spirit was prepared. He was praying, he was kneeling. He was angry, even the ghost was angry because King Hamlet was killed while his spirit was unprepared. No, heaven forfend, I will not kill I wouldn't kill thy soul. Talking of killing, I do, then heaven have mercy on me. And look at this kind of submissive reaction to this. He's threatening of killing her. She doesn't shout. She's not sure of what she thinks about this. Like this, she's again, the stage here would show how whether she's a little bit resistant to him or completely passive, like Ophelia. Amen with all my heart. And Desdemona says, and yet I fear you, for you are fatal. Look at the repetition, the alliteration. I fear you, for you are fatal then. When your eyes roll so. And this physical description is significant because the rolling of the eyes here, there's something wrong with the man's mind. He's losing his mind. So would he go to prison for life for killing someone, or would he go to a mental hospital for losing his mind, for killing his wife while being there? Why I should fear, I know not, since guiltiness I know not. but yet I feel I fear. I haven't committed anything wrong, but I am afraid. I feel I fear. Then on thy sins. Desdemona, that death's unnatural that kills for loving. Well, what is this love? He tells her, I love you, but I will kill you. I'll have to kill you. That's unnatural. That kills for loving. This is insane. This is inhumane. If you kill because you love, people don't kill because they love. People kill because they hate. Alas, why? No, no, yani, like to bite. You so your nether lip. And again, I love this physical description of his face, indicating that he is basically losing his mind. His eyes are rolling. He's biting his lower lip. Some bloody passion shades your very frame. And Othello, like, I will, what's the matter? She keeps insisting and begging. That handkerchief which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio. And he's like, I never did that. No, by my life and soul. Doesn't believe her. Yes, presently, therefore, confess. And this is the worst thing possible you could do. When you talk to people to double check things, if you come for confirmation, that's really horrible. He's pushing her for confirmation and a confession. He's not willing to listen to what she has to say. How is she going to defend herself? And the same thing happened earlier. He's completely controlled by Iago and Iago's narrative and discourse. Yes, presently, therefore, confess thee freely of thy sin. For to deny each article with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception that I do groan withal, thou art to die. Desdemona, and have you mercy too. I never did offend you in my life, never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I never gave him token, I've never given him anything. Okay, I never loved him, but with such gentle general warranty of heaven as I might love. I love everybody. I love him as I love any human being. I never give him token. I never gave him. But again, look at how he insists. He could have inspected, interrogated more, like, okay. But again, we always keep going back to Emilia. Because here, he keeps, like, the handkerchief, and he did it before, the handkerchief. Again, what's her name? Emilia, when she was asked, she could have said this. Oh, I saw my handkerchief in his hand, or perjured woman, thou dost stone my heart, and makes me call what I intend to do a murder, which I thought a sacrifice. I saw the handkerchief. And then he says, he found it then. Okay, maybe I lost it, he found it. And then he goes for the other point. He hath confessed. He hath confessed. Look at the perfect plan of Iago. Now, if he says, okay, remember, he wasn't talking about Desdemona at all. He was talking about Bianca, and Iago made him think he's talking about Desdemona. And now, the second logical thing, I like how Desdemona is defending herself. I don't agree. I don't think that she's completely submissive. She doesn't want to die. She's not suicidal. She doesn't submit. So, okay, if he confessed, bring him here. Okay, all right? So if he confessed, let me confront him. But look, we go back to how perfect the plan was, Iago's plan. And then he tells her, he's done, he's gone, he's dead. And again, infuriating us with honest Iago. And he said, Iago killed him, etc. Had all his hairs been live. Look at the exaggeration. Look at the extremism, I would say here. Not me, actually, like what Shakespeare wants us to think. This is extreme. He says, had all his hair, this is Cassio, had all Cassio's hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all. Thou can كل شعرة في جسمه عبارة عن حياة، كان عندي الجرأة والحقد والرغبة في الانتقام إني أتخلص منهم كلهم. Oh. So I would kill him a million times. Alas, he is betrayed. I am undone. And then he gets even, he doesn't move. He doesn't reconsider his position. And again, somebody said this doesn't make him a military commander. Actually, being a military commander is one reason why he is here, not accepting, reconsidering his position, questioning his narrative, questioning his friend, his in arms Iago. Oh, strumpet, oh, prostitute, weeps thou for him to my face. And look at this. See, so of course somebody she realizes she's done. He's betrayed. I am undone. She's crying because her husband is planning to kill her, is about to kill her. And again, he uses these tears to interprets them as reasons why she actually cries for him. Weeps thou for him to my face. تبكي عليه قدامي في وجهي. Oh, banish me, my lord, but kill me. I read like many times people saying Desdemona was suicidal. بمعنى إنه يعني she okay, she was very submissive. خلاص, kill me. I have no problem. No, look at how, she's pushing back. She's pushing back. She's giving evidence, but she doesn't have physical evidence. She's banish me, send me away, divorce me, my lord, but kill me not. Down, trumpet. Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight. Nay, and you strive. But half an hour, طب نص ساعة بس. Being done, there's no pause. And طبعا in my classes, I would always be thinking of having a pillow here. But now that I am home, like smothering somebody. But this is not comedy. This is not funny. I really feel so sorry, as if this is somebody I know. I feel sorry for Desdemona. I feel sorry for Othello. He uses a pillow or something. He smothers her. Look at her. Banish me. Kill me tomorrow. Kill me after half an hour. She thinks that she could change him. It's too late. He smothers her. And we see this in movies, right? TV shows, action, crime. I think this is some kind of horrible death because it's slow. If it is a stab, like could be that the end of it. If it is, I don't know, a bullet, but a pillow to one's face. But look at him. I'm thinking of him hiding also because he doesn't want to look her in the eyes. Heartbreaking. And now, because she shouts, "Oh Lord, Lord, Lord!" Emilia, who was sent away, seemingly is still hanging around in the area. She keeps calling herself, "Oh Lord, oh my Lord, my Lord!" What's going on? Why is this noise? And then, halas, she's gone. She can't speak. Desdemona and Othello. Yes, it is Emilia. By and by, she's dead. She here, Desdemona. It is like she comes to speak of Cassio's death. Maybe Emilia is coming to tell me that Cassio is dead. The noise was here, huh? No more moving, still as the grave. Shall she come in? Were it good? Did I do the right thing? I think she stirs again. She moves a little bit. No. What's best to do? What should I do? He lost control of everything. Look at the fragments, the questions, the hesitance, the poses. If she come in, she'll sure speak to my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife. What wife? I have no wife. Oh, insupportable. Oh, heavy hour. Methinks it should be now a huge eclipse of sun and moon. Remember, I like, this is repeated again many times in Othello. Remember, he says, when I love thee not, chaos is come again. He usually comments, and this is part of the hyperbolic expressions he uses, the exaggeration. If I don't love you, this is the end of the world, he says. And here he says this is like the moon, a huge eclipse of sun and moon. It's the end of the world. It's galactical or cosmic uh, issue here, and that the affrighted globe should yawn at the alteration. And again, we don't fail to notice the, remember in Hamlet, ايش قال في Hamlet? What was it in Hamlet? Yeah, somebody? What did Shakespeare say in Hamlet when he mentioned the globe? When he spoke about this distracted globe. Because yeah, in Hamlet we are distracted, but here we are affrighted, we are terrorized, we are afraid. Two things. Number one, and this is the reason, I think I mentioned this before, why many people think Iago is the scariest character in Shakespeare. Because he makes you question all your friends, all the people around you. The more you think of Iago, the more you think of your friends. Because one of your friends could be an Iago, poisoning you, making you believe things that are not true, telling you lies and fabricating things, controlling you beyond your imagination. So this creates fear. But the other thing is that we fear Othello. How can somebody who sacrificed everything to love this woman, to marry this woman, could easily and simply kill her this way, in this horrible way? So in Hamlet, it's the distracted globe. In Othello, it's the affrighted globe. There's a pun here. Globe, the whole world. And globe, a Shakespeare theater. And when she gets here, she sees, oh my God, Lord, yonder's sorry, she tells him about the murder of Cassio. What now? But now, my Lord, it is very error of the moon. I'm not going to spend much time talking about how he always connects the personal with the universal. And again, Cassio, Roderigo killed, and Cassio killed. No, Cassio is not killed. Not Cassio killed, then murder's out of tune, and sweet revenge grows harsh. He should be killed now. And then Desdemona clearly wasn't killed. Probably she lost her consciousness. She was dying. And then she said, oh, falsely murdered. And probably Emilia realizes what's going on. Out, and alas, that was my lady's voice. Help, oh, help, help. Oh, lady, speak again, sweet Desdemona. Oh, sweet mistress, speak. A guiltless death, I die. I die without having committed any mistake. Oh, who hath done this deed? Who killed you? It's okay. Othello is standing there. But look at how, this is something many feminists might not like about Desdemona. Nobody, I myself. I killed myself. Why? How? Farewell, commend me to my kind Lord. Oh, farewell. She still cares about her Lord, Othello, her husband. Farewell, goodbye. And then she dies. And again, the dialogue continues here. I'm jumping, everything should be read. Really, go back to this. If you don't have time to read it, go to YouTube and watch the last scene of Macbeth and follow the text here. Emilia, Othello says, she's like a liar gone to burning hell. 'Twas I that killed her. Oh, the more angel she is, the blacker. And you, the blacker devil. Again, remember the blackness always associated with evil with Othello. The more angel she is, and you, the blacker devil. She turned to folly, and she was a whore. Thou dost belie her, you lying, and thou art a devil. Look at how strong Emilia is growing, defending women and defending Desdemona. She was false as water, thou art rash as fire. To say that she was false, oh, she was heavenly true. Cassio did top her. Ask thy husband else. She cheated with me, on me with Cassio. Ask your husband. Or I were damned beneath all depth in hell, but that I did proceed upon just grounds to this extremity. Look at the word extreme, like we mentioned just now. Thy husband knew it all. And she's like, my husband, thy husband, she was false to wedlock. I with Cassio, nay, had she been true, if heaven would make me such another world of one entire and perfect crystallite, I'd not have sold her for it. My husband, it was he that told me first, an honest man he is, and he hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds. My husband, what deeds this utterance, woman? I say thy husband, O mistress, villainy hath made mocks with love. My husband say that she was false. He, woman, I say thy husband, dost understand the word? My friend, thy husband, honest, honest Iago. If he say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain. And again, you know, I like this expression, pernicious, his dirty soul. Clearly she knows her husband, that he's not a good man, a straight man, an honest man. And look at how, my husband, my husband, my husband. Is this shock that Othello is deceived by Iago? Is this shock that she thinks her husband is good? He wouldn't do something like this. If he says so, if he says so, may his pernicious soul, يعني احنا بنقول لك rotten hell, rot half a grain a day. يعني كناية عن انه عذاب شديد طويل. To thy worst, peace you were best. And then look at this, is very famous here. Thou hast not half the power, because he's kind of threatening here, the power to do me harm as I have to be hurt. Oh gull, oh dolt, ignorant as dirt. Very famous quote about what's his name, Othello. Gull, dolt, gullible, as ignorant as dirt. Thou hast done a deed, I care not for thy sword. I don't fear your sword. I'll make thee known. Though I lost 20 lives, if you kill me 20 times, I'll make thee known. Help, help! The Moor hath killed my mistress. Murder, murder! And again, we have Montana, Gratiano, and Iago. They enter, and then what is the matter? She talks again, defying her husband, defying Iago. So, in a very, very powerful way, Emilia has finally become the woman that she has to be. But sadly, too late. Sadly, she herself was part of this. Disprove this villain. She's talking to her husband. She's calling him a villain. If thou beest a man, he says, thou toldst him that his wife was false. I know thou didst not. Thou art not such a villain. So probably she's more surprised that her husband is doing. She thinks that her husband is a good man. I don't know how you can live with somebody like Iago and don't see some of his villainy. Speak, for my heart is full. I told him what I thought, and told no more than what he found himself was apt and true. He himself saw it, heard it, he had the evidence. But did you ever tell him she was false? I did. You told a lie, an odious damned lie, upon my soul, a lie, a wicked lie. She false with Cassio? Did you say Cassio? With Cassio, mistress. Go to, charm your tongue. Shut up and go home. She keeps again defying him. I will not charm my tongue. I will not stop. I'll not shut up. I am bound to speak. My mistress here lies murder in her bed. Oh, heavens forfend. Everybody now realizes that she's dead. Emilia, Montana describes it as monstrous act. And Emilia, villainy, 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 I think upon it. I think I smell it. Oh, villainy, I thought so. Then I'll kill myself for grief. Oh, villainy, villainy. Look at again, imagine this being acted on the stage in heartbreaking, in this affrighted stage. What are you mad? I charge you, go get you home. God, gentlemen, let me have leave to speak. 'Tis proper I obey him, but not now. As a wife, as an Elizabethan wife, I obey him. I obey my husband, but not now. The chance, Iago, I never go home. Too late, but at least she's standing to her husband. Nay, lay thee down and roar after Iago falls. Othello falls on the ground, on the bed. Othello, oh, she was foul. I scarce did know you, uncle. There lies your niece, whose breath indeed these hands have newly stopped. These hands have stopped her breath. I killed her. I know this act shows horrible and grim. But he tries again to tell them that she was cheating on me. It is pitiful, but yet Iago knows that she with Cassio had the act of shame 1,000 times committed. And remember, we said there's a problem with the issue of time here. يعني هي مسرحية قلنا قديش أخذت يعني كلها بعض like took 3 weeks or something, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months maximum. And here he says Cassio and Desdemona did the act of shame 1,000 times. When? How? No sane person would believe this. Cassio confessed it, and she did gratify his amorous works with that what's this word? Recognizance and pledge of love which I first gave her. She gave him the handkerchief which I gave him. I saw it in his hand. I saw it was a handkerchief, an antique token my father gave my mother. And then Emilia, realizing what she did, oh God, heavenly God, zounds, hold, again, Iago realizing that he's close to being exposed. Hold your peace. It will out. It will out. I peace. The truth will come out. The truth will come out. I'll not shut up. No, I will speak as liberal as the north. Let heaven and men and devils, let them all cry shame against me. Yet I'll speak. Be wise. Get you home. I will not. He draws and threatens. Draws يعني he draws his sword. Threatens Emilia. He fie your sword upon a woman. اخص عليك ترفع سلاحك على المرأة. Interesting, but in a way also condescending, because women were considered to be the weaker sex. And Emilia, oh thou dull. I love this description of Othello as dull. He is dull in many ways. That handkerchief thou speakest of, I found confessing my fortune, and did give my husband, for oft with a solemn earnestness, more than indeed belonged to such a trifle, he begged of me to steal it. And he, Iago against his wife, villainous whore, she give it Cassio. No, alas, I found it, and I did give it my husband. Filth, thou liest. Emilia, by heaven, I don't, gentlemen. Oh, murderous coxcomb, what should such a fool do with so good a wife? A fool is Othello, and the wife is Desdemona. And Othello, are there no stones in heaven? Realizing that he's being played. Are there no stones in heaven? But what serves for the thunder, precious villain? What happens here? And I'll stop at this point. Iago kills his wife. He stabs Emilia and runs away. Emilia, I lay by my mistress' side. This is the last thing she says, which reminds us of the willow, 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 the Barbary made the song that Desdemona sang in the previous act. What did thy song but she throws herself on the body of Desdemona, and she sings the song that she heard Desdemona do. Hark, canst thou hear me? I'll play the swan and die in music. Willow, willow, willow more. She was chaste, she loved thee cruel more. So come my soul to bliss as I speak true. So speaking as I think, I die, I die, and she dies. Okay, so we have two deaths. We already have Rodrigo die in scene one, and now we have two women die. Who's going to die next? طيب, I'll stop here and give you time to ask if you have questions or to make a comment or something. I know some of you are going away or drinking coffee or being busy watching stuff. ما فيش مشكلة. But again, please try to watch the lecture again. And if you have questions, always raise them. Always comment on the video I post on Facebook. What do you think so far? Tell me what you think. How do you feel now?
I just want to raise an idea. When Othello comes to Desdemona and asked her about the handkerchief, and she said, "No, I didn't give it to him," but he also didn't believe her. Even when he saw the truth and hear the truth from Desdemona, he also didn't listen to her and believe her. That's my point.
What does that make of him?
Unbeliever in her, he doesn't love her.
Okay, possible that if he really, really, really loves her,
he would
her,
like take a minute to think about the situation.
That's possible. So at least if you love somebody, you trust them, you listen to them. At least you humor them sometimes. But yeah, some people would take this as evidence that the love was not true. كأنه he's taking her as a trophy. طبعا in different productions, by the way, they present Othello as an old man around 50 and Desdemona being around 20. So she was like a trophy. She was blindly in love with him, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is the most beautiful woman in Venice. I'm lucky." And زي ميدالية يعني, as a trophy to show off. Look at me, I'm married to the most beautiful woman. Not out of real, true, genuine love. For that, because he's an African, Arab, Moroccan, he doesn't know how to love. He loved her too much, not too well. Remember, what's his name, who said something about Hamlet, that Hamlet thinks too much. Yeah, Hamlet thinks, it's not that Hamlet thinks too much, he thinks too much too well.
Yeah, Nietzsche.
So this man, he loves Desdemona too much, but not too well. I think it's there. خلي معلش أنا أجيبها. I think it's one of the quotes. Loved too well. طيب. Yes. Yeah, wow. I think this is Othello saying himself. Then must you speak of one that loved not wisely, but too well. I loved her too much, but I didn't love her too wisely. To believe her, to trust her, to talk to her. What else? What do you think? Anybody wants to add something? Yeah. I'll ask you a question before we end. Who's going to die next?
You know that she is Desdemona.
Next.
I think. No, I don't know.
Who's going to die? Okay, some of you say Othello. Who else? Who else other than Othello? Anybody? Is anybody going to die? Rodrigo already died. I'm saying who else is going to die after what's her name? Emilia.
Emilia, I think Emilia is going to die.
She already died, Muhammad.
Emilia. She didn't yet.
مش معنا بالمرة يا محمد، كانت تتولد على الكاميرا الخفية. Emilia already died. She just got killed. She was stabbed by her husband. So who else is going to die?
Cassio.
Maybe Cassio, okay. Somebody is saying Iago. Othello and Iago. طيب, okay. I'm not going to tell you who's going to die and who's not going to die. But think about it. And see if there is going to be a surprise. Maybe Othello is not going to die, or maybe Iago is not going to die. Okay, so I'll stop here. If you don't have any question, you can always comment on the video on Facebook. Until then, goodbye and see you inshallah on Saturday. We only have like about 100 lines, I think 130 lines, which we can do in less than 30 minutes, and then we can do some commentary. يعطيكم العافية and see you next week. السلام عليكم.
يعطيك العافية.